I think we're live. I think the only person that's watching right now is our man Gus out there.
There's my man.
Give us a thumbs up if you can hear us okay. Because you know we always have drama with the start of this.
Yeah.
I think we're okay. Gus hasn't said anything yet. So we just go get started here.
All right. Well, how was your week?
It was good. It was good. I was going to say uneventful, but it was my birthday week.
I was going to say, if you don't bring it up, I will.
That's right. So it was my birthday week. Turned 52. Little bits here.
All right, there she is.
She can hear us too.
Poor girl.
Gus says loud and clear. Good deal. So, yep, turned 52 this year, and I don't feel any different than 51.
Really?
Yeah.
Good deal. Good deal.
Maybe a couple extra gray hairs. They don't bother me. They don't bother me at all.
I earned every one of these.
The girls made dinner for me.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
What did they make?
They made hamburgers. Tegan made deviled eggs. That seems to be her new thing, and she
nice.
did a really good job on it.
Okay.
So hamburgers, deviled eggs. I did some pan-fried French fries.
Okay.
Put a little grease in there and knock over the mic, and
all right.
I might have to put that mic on the right.
Might have to
keep swinging. I don't know, but so you put a little grease in the pan and then you fry them that way.
Okay.
Kind of the same thing. We're probably too fat to be doing that.
Right. Well, we probably shouldn't be, but, you know, I didn't make it this far to go, what do I need to change? Nope, I'm going to enjoy the rest of my years.
Yeah. So I did some pan, and I don't like the way the grease smells in the house either.
Right.
I don't know. I love like bacon, but I don't, for some reason it angers me to leave the house smelling like bacon.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Even though most people would think I do smell like bacon. But it for some reason, like breakfast foods, if it gets on my clothes, it just kind of messes up my day. I don't know.
Okay.
Kind of weird. So I like to take my shower afterwards and clean clothes downstairs away from the food smell.
Right.
I'm kind of a weirdo. I'm surprised Selena stays with me with that. But it was great. Emmy was off and Selena was off on Tuesday nights. Usually she works a little later.
Right.
Or actually, a lot of times she's off, but Emmy usually works on Tuesdays.
Right.
Is what, and so she ended up having to work at a different time. So,
poor girl.
Yeah, she works anytime they tell her to.
Right.
But,
right. Oh well, yeah. you're not gonna accuse her of not working.
Yeah.
You know, she. I forget how old she is, but you know, she could be out till 3 she could be out till 3 in the morning, and most kids, you're like, look, it's just common courtesy to let me know you still live here.
Right.
But her, it's just like, I bet they told her to work. We're good.
Yeah. Well, our common courtesy is they're galloping. She gallops, and it's like, boom, boom, boom. Like, Emmy, it's 3:30 in the morning. Let's settle down now.
Right.
And it's hard. I mean, when you work nights or anything like that, it's hard to wind down.
Oh, without a doubt.
I know when I bartend and, I've talked for a solid straight hour,
right.
8 hours to people, I get home and those conversations are still
right.
going in my head, and it's hard to just lay down and sleep.
Oh, yeah. And especially if you work those 12-hour shifts on night shift, man, you're still up at noon.
Oh, yeah. I've never liked night shift. I commend the people that can do it. I can't.
Right.
I'm just no good.
I could in my younger years. I can't now.
Yeah, and we've talked about this before. My ideal time is 10 to 2.
Right.
I mean, it's kind of like the Dr. Pepper thing.
Right.
Like 10, 2, and 4 is when you get that energy.
Right.
And I think from 10 to 2, I'm just solid. Anything after and before, I'm just like, can I get a nap?
Right. Can we do it at 11?
Only had 3 cups of coffee.
Right.
I'm just like, man. So, but yeah, birthday dinner was super great. And how about you? How was your week?
Fairly uneventful. This weekend, Mary and I got some stuff taken care of around the house. That's our new weekend thing. She takes off and we fix up the house. Poor girl. Girl can't catch a break. And took the girls to Firehouse Skate today.
Okay.
They really enjoyed that.
That's over in Vinton, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's real nice. I'll upload a couple videos of Firehouse in the comments afterwards. or at least up on the site.
Okay.
They had a blast. But
No, we only have. Is there only 3 skate centers in this area now?
I have no idea. I know of 2.
Okay, so you've got Lee Highway. You've got.
I know there's Roanoke Skate over on Apperson or
Okay,
Brandon.
yeah, that's the Lee Highway one.
Okay, and then I know of Firehouse.
And then
Otherwise,
Firehouse. There what used to be one off of Hirschberger.
that
I
is.
think it became a daycare. Or something.
It is a daycare now.
Okay.
It
Got
is.
some stories from teenage years to tell about that one.
That's a different Bob
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for a different podcast. I just know that I never allowed my children to do the overnight skates.
Right.
So, but kind of a weird week for news. I mean, we had the same natural news that we normally have,
Yeah.
but a gentleman Friday night in Culpeper, sitting at home all alone,
Yeah.
drinking,
I've done a lot of things intoxicated.
sitting at home alone drinking, decides to go get his gun out of the gun safe, shoots himself.
Because
He's okay.
alcohol and firearms are always a great mix.
Yeah, if you're drinking, leave your gun in the gun safe.
Yeah, hide it by the keys,
The reason why they're making up rules.
Exactly,
Right there.
exactly.
I mean,
I've gotten drunk in Williamsburg and come to in Tennessee. I have never shot myself.
yeah, me either. But yeah, so he shot himself, evidently drove himself to the hospital, or and wasn't life threatening, and he's glad that it wasn't. But,
Right.
He'll be okay, but still,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
I never understood that.
Yeah, alcohol and ammunition do not mix.
They don't, not at all. So, evidently, Botetourt County's had a lot of problems with people threatening the librarians.
The library, yeah.
Threatening the librarians and the library, and I don't know if it's because of books they're taking out or, I
Right.
have no idea. So, evidently, Botetourt, the Board of Supervisors, stood up and said, hey, we support the library, we support everything that they do.
Right.
And
Right.
kind of in
right.
their little referendum or whatever that's called, they hashed out the librarians have done this, and this, and this for the community. They've done this for the library. I mean,
Right.
they break everything down that the librarians have done.
Well, and librarian is just a thankless job, and how many lives do they shape?
Right.
I honestly did not read far enough in to find out what the complaints were and what they were actually doing. I just saw that the council did say they were going to back the library and the librarians,
Mm-hmm.
and on face value, I'll probably agree.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and I think a lot of times
I've met a lot more butthole people than butthole librarians.
and then the world's full of those buttholes now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they've gotten worse since COVID, I guess.
yeah, I'm sure.
People were trapped in their house in their own heads, and now they're out and telling
Right.
what's in their heads, and it's not very nice sometimes.
Oh, a whole lot.
I see it at the bar. I mean,
Yeah.
I see it in the restaurant. People complain. You'll have a party that comes in. And it's a party of 30. You got to
Right.
wait an hour. You don't have room for that. You didn't call.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, they get sad an hour later. Then they're mad their food isn't out yet.
Right.
And it's taking time. Well, you're a party of 30 that nobody knew was coming.
Right.
And so, I mean, I think you have to, when you go out in the service industry now, you have to be courteous of people.
Well, I mean, we just call in general, unless it's just our house going to, McAdoo's. It's going to be a party of 6, possibly a party of 7. But just in general, we'll call. If we forget to call, we have every intention of sitting outside, whenever y'all get a table for
Right.
this gang, get us around.
So how do you guys feel? Do you feel that after COVID, people became less patient or impatient? I guess that's the word I'm looking for. Become impatient, I guess because they were trapped at home or what? But I see it a lot, and even when I'm out and about, if the line's long at Walmart, there are people complaining and want to cause a whole scene about a long line.
Right.
I see it, and I think people have really gone off the rails since COVID.
Without a doubt, without a doubt. And I've always been against self-checkout.
Mm-hmm.
You know, look, understand something. I was afraid of the background check. That's why I did not apply for a job here.
Right.
You know, but that being said, I've got no problem standing in the line.
Right.
But there's also no reason to have 73 cash registers and 2 cashiers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I see both sides.
But I think eventually what'll happen is
But you go home and complain to your wife.
Yeah. Man, I had to stand there forever.
Right.
We don't use the self-checkout either, so I'll stand in line all day and I'm in no rush.
Right.
You know, if I get there and I'm in a rush, that's on me.
Exactly.
I waited too long probably to get the things I needed to get.
Right.
And so that's definitely on me.
And I usually think that's what caused the long line.
Yeah.
You know, I caused this. I needed to be a little later.
Yeah, see, I needed to be on earlier, most definitely. But, I think that, you know, society is just kind of rude.
Very much, very much.
People want things now. They want it, you know, they go to a sit-down restaurant, they want food within 15 minutes, and that's just not how that works.
Well, just understand that means your food's being microwaved, dude.
Yeah. I mean, if you wanted fast food, go through fast food.
Right.
But, and I see it throughout restaurants, grocery stores, you know, even at the mall, you see people that are just impatient and rude.
Well, without a doubt.
And let's start just elbow dropping everybody.
I'm in.
Yeah, and I've already talked about that. That's going to be when I grow up. When I grow up and retire, that's going to be my new job. I'm going to be a vigilante for Facebook bullies.
Okay, there you go.
Just run around and start beating Facebook bullies up.
Well, you know, when I was working construction, I convinced myself if I ever get to a point that I can retire, because when I was working construction, I was pretty sure I was going to have to work till noon on the day of my funeral. Mm-hmm. You know, that's how much money I was going to owe. But I just decided if I ever get to a point where I can retire, I'm just getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning and driving 35 mile an hour everywhere. Okay. I'm causing everybody else to be late.
I'll see. If I get up at 4, I'm just going to get a cup of coffee and go sit on the rocking chair and watch the chickens come out. So, sad news this week. They were battling. There was a bear downtown.
Right.
They were trying to rescue and save them. And I think they were able to get them out of the Roanoke downtown area safe.
Yeah.
And eventually just had to euthanize him because he was used to coming to the city.
Too used to the people coming down. Yeah.
And coming down and getting the food. So that was sad news. And I think, you know, the more we try to protect our trash, the better off we are.
Yeah.
You know, with the locks or whatever. But I mean,
well, Mary and I just went and got 3 hasps for ours.
Okay.
We haven't bought locks yet, but Mary used to do jewelry.
Right.
So she's got enough wire that.
Okay. Cool. Well, we haven't, knock on wood, I guess, we haven't had any problems with bears yet.
Well,
in our area, we have deer eating all my vegetables or my flower garden eating, and they just they're like, "What are you looking at?"
Well, I forget if it was last week or the week before, but or the week before. I don't know where that tone came from, but ever since Mary had it out with the bear that time, if he comes by, it's while we're in bed.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, arm's sticky.
Careful now.
We've been, and if you guys haven't, it's peach season.
I did not know that.
Yeah, so it's peach season. So there are lots of local orchards that have peaches. Right. If you want to know some of them, reach out to us. I'll be happy to, point you in
the right
direction. Yeah. For my peaches, I usually go to Wade's. It's right on the other side of Floyd.
Right.
And if you take the Parkway and you go all the way,
beautiful drive.
That's right. You go all the way up to Route 8, I believe. Maybe a little bit further, and you'll see where it says
towards Christiansburg.
Actually,
or towards Reiner.
Towards Reiner, I think. Yeah, it's not the Floyd exit, but it's the next one after that.
Okay.
It's right there near Crawley's Gap or something like that.
That little place to the left. Yeah.
There's a little inn, and.
If Little Bit is watching, what's the name of that? We just looked it up 2 weeks ago, I think.
Let's see if I
Is it Kroll's Gap?
Let's see here. What I have. So we got the Peaches Saturday. It is Tuggle's Gap.
Okay.
Yeah, Tuggle's Gap. And so if you go on that exit towards Tuggle's Gap, it's about 10 minutes away from there.
Okay.
So you can take from Roanoke, you can hit that parkway at Clearbrook and go all the way almost till about 10 minutes away.
Nice.
So put you almost near Mayberry Mills.
Okay.
Mayberry Mill, and I know
Mayberry is what I was thinking.
Yeah, they just repaired that. It took them a month and a half, but it took them 32 years to fix. And I
definitely seemed like it.
I've driven through there, and it's nothing against the Park Service because I don't know what all was involved.
Right.
It was not part of that, but
Well, they definitely blamed it on supply chain.
yeah, they blamed it on supply chain. But as you go through there, it's about a 15 to 30 foot area and a curve.
In a curve on the
they
bank.
cleared out that I mean, it looks nice and it's got new pavement.
Yeah, they did good work.
But I think it's just suspect that you needed some bulldozers, which I'm pretty sure our Forest Service has those.
Right.
You need some gravel. You might need some dump trucks, which I think they have their own dump trucks.
I'm pretty sure I've seen them.
You need some pavement.
Right.
And so right there at that exit, Clearbrook, there's a whole big rock quarry.
Right.
So
oh yeah.
they can
yeah.
get the gravel. There's an asphalt plant there, so they could get the asphalt.
Right.
So I'm not sure because they weren't.
Yeah, the
repairing
asphalt
kind of-
plant is on Yellow Mountain, isn't it? No, Welcome Valley.
Yes, but so I'm not sure why it took that long.
Yeah.
Because it didn't look like they were replacing bridge parts and stuff.
Yeah, I didn't see anything structural. It definitely all seemed to be
Just to
ground.
clear out an area, yeah. And I don't know that a supply chain should have affected that much.
Right.
Because we should be using our local materials.
I agree.
I don't know. So yeah, bear was euthanized. Poor Smith Mountain Lake.
They can't. Those guys can't catch a break. First,
Like,
you can't
all right.
swim because of the algae.
Yeah, we got.
And then
green
and then
algae.
Seth got that all cleared up, and now they done dumped a barge in there.
Dumped the barge with up to 35-foot pilings.
Yeah.
And so from B34 to B40, they want you to try to stay away from there. And if you do have to go through there, be careful. It's a lot of debris.
For the locals, for those of y'all that grew up in this area since they've done Smith Mountain Lake, there's probably a couple people that remember when they dug the lake or filled it up. That being said, I get it. Probably the largest man-made lake on the East Coast. Why do we have a barge on Smith Mountain Lake? Where is it going?
Oh, I think they float them down to different logging areas and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they still use that as a traffic part. But yeah,
Okay.
barge don't.
I'm just used to barges, They got to.
Probably some kind of forestry because I know that they go through and the Forest Service and I think some other forestry companies come through and log.
Okay.
And that's
Okay.
probably, that would make the most sense to get it from point A to point B, especially if you have pilings on there.
Right.
Get
Right.
it from point A to point B.
It's probably, well, I mean, at the end of the day, it's probably easier to do that than haul, 35-foot.
So we got
haulage.
lights just popping off. And,
Yeah.
and it would not be our podcast if it didn't.
If something didn't go awry,
Yeah. I think last week we were pretty good. I think
so.
Yeah. I don't know that we had any problems last week. But this week, the light went out and JR's light behind him will probably go out too. And, it'll be what it'll
5,
be.
4,
That's
3.
right. We're going to take some bets on that. Tourism. Now, this is pretty cool for Roanoke. Well, it's a double-edged sword.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
this part's pretty cool. Roanoke, the director of tourism, came out and said that Roanoke could be an Olympic trial spot
For the bikes.
for the bikes,
I think.
2024 and 2028, and they're covering road bikes, off-road, BMXing,
Right.
mountain biking. So whatever's in the Olympics, part of it as far as cycling for the Summer Olympics, they're looking at doing
Put in the
trials
center.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The downside of that is that you have to deal with them on the road.
Right, right. And they can get irritating on the main roads, but you expect them on the main roads. You've been down my road.
Mm-hmm.
Again, if one or two of them are there, by all means, ride in twos. Have somebody there in case, because somebody will drive down Back Creek pretty fast.
Right.
So take a spotter. That being said, man, when they get groups going down that little road, it's just like, really? Y'all thought this was a good idea?
One by one, all the way through there.
Yep.
It should be one by one, and you have to stay on the edge of the road.
Most people only want one car.
Yeah, that's.
It's
not very wide, and if you go down through there in the wintertime, that's a scary little ride on the winter.
That it is.
It's most of it's shade because it's mountainous.
Right.
And so on that back side, most of it's shade, and so even when you get down through there with the blades and stuff, it's still all ice.
Oh, yeah.
And all I can do is put down some gravel and hope that you don't come down your driveway.
And hope we saw the forecast and went, I got 4 days of breakfast here. We're good.
That's right. That's another reason to have chickens.
Right.
If they're laying, So, yeah, I think that's pretty cool that because we are ranked in the nation as far as our mountain biking.
Our cycling, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of our cycling. And so we're ranked in the nation. So I think it would be very cool to have that here. Like I said, it's going to clog up some of the roads, and as long as they're respectful,
right?
If there's bicycles, stay in the lanes. We have to stay in our lanes. Stay in your lanes.
Right, exactly.
I think we can all get along, but it's terrible. I mean, you go down through some of those little country roads, and they're 4 and 5 across, taking up the whole road coming, and that's not a safe thing to do.
It is not.
I don't know that I could live with myself if I went through a group of bikers.
Right. I'd have a hard time, but I'd figure it out.
Yeah, but still, it's not something you really want to do.
No, it's not. It's not on my to-do list.
So, and this is weird, and we've seen it across the country with a lot of different celebrities doing this. Roanoke County got some kind of check,
$99,000
from a charity out of New York. For lunch
money.
Lunch money
debt.
that was unpaid. Yeah. So they got a $99,000 check. I think that's great. I don't think it's great that the kids should owe the lunch money. I know that when our kids were little, if we forgot to send the lunch money or pack them, they had to sit at the silent table, and they got like a peanut butter and jelly.
Right.
And so sitting at the silent table, all the kids knew that kid forgot his lunch money.
Right.
I don't think it's right. I mean, it's just how I feel.
Right.
To embarrass the child, because ultimately it's the parent.
Exactly.
Ultimately it was my fault for not sending money or.
Well, and I would like to put something out there just to have somebody look at it, because Mary and I have all three of the grandkids set up. Anytime their allotment gets below 5, recharge it to 30.
Okay.
Either 20 or 30, I forget the exact number, but at the end of the day, we have it set up that we should not be at 0.
Right.
But I've had the kids come home and say that the lunch person said they didn't have any money on their account. Well, we need to talk to the system that the school set up then.
Right.
Because
I think there's a link you can go online to check the balance.
Oh, there is. You can go to Parent View.
Yeah, we homeschool, but I know that we used to have Canyon's friend, and Canyon turns 30 this year, but his friend, his parents every year would send him the lunch money check all at once. Okay.
Oh, wow.
The lunch is $1.20 or $2 or whatever times 180 days in school. This is give that to the people.
Right.
Well, he realized in kindergarten.
Oh Lord!
In kindergarten, he was not even halfway through school, and the school calls her and it's like, "Hey, he's out of lunch money." And they're like, "What?
There ain't no way.
Pay for the year. We're good." And they're like, "No, he's not." He realized that nobody questions if you want a 2-foot-long hot dog. Nobody questions if you want 2 chocolate milks instead of one with your lunch. And so we find this out, not through him, because the parents and the school's going, okay, what's going on? Because they did prepay, but what,
right.
Well, Canyon came home all mad because he didn't have enough lunch money to get 2 hot dogs like his friend. And he had 2 or 3 little friends getting there too. And I was like, you don't need to eat 2 foot of hot dogs.
Right. That's a little early for that. If you're on the wrestling team and you got to bulk up, I'm in. But
And so evidently his friend had like done double lunches and just added extra stuff, and he realized he could get 2 ice cream cones and the same till.
And that's Layla. I don't know where she learned it, but she's one that just, if there's a question to ask, Layla's going to ask it.
Right.
And so if ice cream is there, Layla's getting ice cream.
Right.
You know, and her balance was racking up a little quicker than the others. What the hell are you doing? Yeah, come to find out, she's getting like ice cream 2-3 times a week.
Oh yeah. So now we had to tell Tegan, hey, ice cream on Friday.
Right.
Get Friday ice cream. Or something.
You're killing me, girl.
Happens. Yeah, but yeah, dude was getting like 2 foot long hot dogs, and Tanya's all mad. You know, you got 2 foot long hot dogs for lunch? I ain't even have enough money to. I'm like, yeah, I didn't send you enough money. Right. We're not that family that can write that check for the whole year.
Right.
Gus says yes, feed the kids good and free.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it just makes no sense why you would embarrass the child for that.
No, and I mean, if you want to have options that you have to buy,
right.
I'll work with you on that. I'm willing to look at that. But as much as we pay in taxes for the school, you know, and I'm sure people are going to get on here going, but teachers don't make enough.
100% don't, but it's not the teacher's problem. It's
exactly.
The school system's problem.
Exactly. I'm not sitting here complaining about the teachers.
Right.
What I'm complaining about is, you know, we keep getting told that lottery money goes to roads and schools. You know, personal property goes to schools. Da-da-da-da-da. You know, I'm not saying the state should pay more. I'm not saying they should pay less. You know, I'm just kind of that guy. Very few, if you send your kids to school, very few people are more important to your child than that teacher.
Right.
You know, you and the teachers either right below you or right above you. Hard to say. You know, so we're never gonna be able to afford to pay teachers what we think they're worth.
No, but
but I also think, as a guy that used to work construction, you signed the contract when you went in. You kind of knew what you were getting into, and that's not saying that.
But this $99,000 in lunch debt has nothing to do with the teachers. It's the school systems, and I don't think that they should carry that.
No. Again,
I think it's weird too that
I apologize. I veered off
you
into
did
left.
veer off.
I'm very sorry. I apologize. That's all on me.
You're gonna have to switch over. So I think it was like 2 or 3 podcasts ago. Somebody complained because I had a styrofoam big gulp cup,
Right.
and that was not, that was so 80s or whatever.
Right.
I don't even know.
Right.
But anyway, so I switched over. I've got my cup from home. It's got garden water from the garden hose because the person said that the new trend was drinking out of, I guess, a reusable cup, maybe bamboo or something. I don't remember.
Right.
Maybe we'll bring that comment over.
Yeah.
And then it was filtered well water.
Right.
And I let them know I drink most of my water from the garden hose unfiltered. So unfiltered garden hose water, and that's because they wouldn't put a spigot in here for us to just drink it straight from the hose.
That's right.
Yeah.
And for you youngins, do not be the first one to drink out of that hose. It's going to be warm. Be about the third kid back in
like
line.
rubber, and it's going to be warm, so you got to let that water run off into your garden.
Yeah.
Now I did try unfiltered rainwater from our rain barrels.
Right.
Tried that, and it was had a little dirt taste to it. So
Gotcha.
yeah. Wasn't as good as the garden water.
Yeah, you're going to get some kind of sediment.
That's right. 25th anniversary this weekend is the 25th anniversary of
the Tiny Miss.
Tiny Miss America.
Yeah. Tiny Miss USA or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got like 50 contestants in Roanoke.
Okay.
I didn't look to see where.
Is there an age group in there? Or?
I did not look. I think it's the age group before Junior Miss America.
Right.
So, excuse me. So, I mean, 10 is probably your cutoff.
Okay.
10 and under.
Okay. I know Emmy, and maybe next time I can find her little video. Emmy was part of the Miss Virginia pageant or whatever.
Okay.
She was one of the little girls that did a little dance and gave flowers to somebody.
Right.
And so we have, good Lord, that was like a spare the moment thing that cost us like $500. Oh, we don't just normally spend $500 to spare the moment,
Right.
unless it's an emergency.
Right. Yeah, I'll see if I can find the old picture. She may still have it in her room somewhere. But Mom was Little Miss Tiny Tot back in the 50s.
Okay. Wow.
So,
That's cool. I mean, I have friends that their kids got into pageants. I'm glad ours didn't.
right.
They did get into cheerleading, and I felt that was probably the next step down.
Right.
I mean, they gained friendships, and we did, and all that, but
Right.
it was costly. Gus says hungry students can be teachers' nightmare. No food, no drinks. Kids can't think. A little bit agrees, and then Gus said kids don't cut school when you have good grub. I understand. Or you leave after lunch.
Right.
I mean, we homeschool. When COVID happened, our daughter is dyslexic, has some auto processing things, and so when COVID went, we knew that she wouldn't be able to thrive in
Going back.
whatever they had going on at that time for the
Right.
year and a half.
Right.
She just, because we were getting, a stack of papers this thick sent home going, hey, fill these out. Okay. What do we do? We send those in to you? Oh, no, you don't have to. Well, how do you know she did the work? Oh, we're just going to go with you guys. And so it was, yeah, and so we weren't real thrilled with that. My wife and I had talked about doing homeschool in our schedules and stuff, and
Right.
we figured it out. So we homeschool and love it, but there's that.
There it is.
Now it's dark. We had to tell ghost stories too. Wait till Halloween, we'll get some ghost people in here to tell stories.
I'm in.
But so we decided.
I got the white
homeschool.
shirt.
And I don't think I would go back because when we were in school, so much different than when we were growing up. When we were growing up, I think teachers were able to teach.
Right.
And now teachers, I mean, they get into it because they want to teach. But I think in this era, and I guess the U.S. probably, it's all teaching to the standardized tests.
Exactly.
So you're teaching them how to take those tests. That's
Exactly.
about
Exactly.
the only information you get, which I just don't think.
Yeah, because one of my buddies, his teacher was his mom was an English teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And it was probably mid-90s that she said, yep, this is my last year.
Yeah.
And she's like, they want me to teach to the test, and that's not how you teach English.
Right.
I can't teach literature to a test.
Yeah, and I mean, some of my most memorable teachers growing up was Miss Castle at Fallon Park, Coach Miles at Salem. Very memorable, and they made it make sense, and I believe they loved what they did.
Right.
And now,
Oh, yeah.
I think teachers get into it wanting to teach and excited, and then they get in there, it's like, oh, this is how it has to be taught.
Right,
to teach.
right. Well, yeah, I think it's a lot of one size fits all.
Mm-hmm. And,
You know.
and kids don't grow that way.
No,
I mean,
no.
we watched Tegan go from barely being able to read to, hating reading. Now she's reading 2, 3, 4 books a week.
There you
It's
go.
like, hey, we need to go back to the library. I finished that book. and we've kind of gone down the road of self-taught.
Okay, cool. Get in the car.
Yeah, and we've kind of gone down the road of, okay, you're interested in the moon. Let's learn all we can about the moon. Tell me about it.
Right.
And this week we've kind of learned that if we tell her to teach us about it, she doesn't fight it.
Really?
Like, hey, last Thursday we went to Sequest. Her job was to pick one animal
Okay.
and talk about it, how it's Ian Wigglesworth is here. What's up, Mr. Ian? To pick one animal, tell us why she liked the animal, its habitat, what it ate, and everything.
Right.
We want you to teach us about that animal. She picked a capybara and just went. I mean, she pulled all of her own data and taught us about
Right.
it.
My God. Nothing personal, but God, that thing had a big head.
It did. It did. I watched a clip this week in a zoo. Actually, there's a cat, like an orange cat, that
Okay.
sleeps in the capybara little habitat.
Oh, really?
And so now he has his own name on there on the zoo wall.
Right.
So it's the capybara's name and then his name in the wall below it.
Well,
and
nice.
he like sleeps. He gets in the water with. I mean, just he thinks he's one, and they accept him because evidently they can just get along with anything and anyone.
Oh, nice.
As long as you don't hurt them, they're cool.
Oh.
You hurt them, then
Turns out I'm a capybara, big head, and get along with anybody.
and like the water.
That's right.
That's why I came out the other day. He's in the pool with your head poking out. Like, JR, it's early. So we didn't really. You went skating today.
Yes.
And then we didn't do a field trip. We actually, and I was filling my arm, it's all sticky. We actually went to the orchards and got our peaches. We got 2 bushels. And today we did peach jam. And then this weekend we'll finish off the 2 bushels and just do canned peaches.
Okay.
Because canned peaches, they're not the best, peach cobbler, but you can
Right.
make peach cobbler out of canned peaches.
There you go.
So, and that's why I'm fat. So,
Well, somebody came by the house Sunday, and Mary and I are just kind of looking around. We got the kids, and okay, we're going to do this for dinner. We got the daughter and her house coming over for dinner because we're 6, but we got Gaga with us. Them and their kids, they are 6. They got 4 kids and 2 of them, So with everybody coming over, Mary's making a chocolate pie, a banana cream pie, and an apple pie, and somebody else had swung by going, I can't hang out with y'all. I'd be fat. I was 135 when you met me. She can cook, she can bake. I'm not exactly sure what the hell I bring to the table.
right? Right? You're easygoing.
Probably.
I think that's what it is. It's like, do it. That elbow drop him, he'd get up and be like, oh, I'm sorry, my head was in your elbow.
Right.
Poor guy. So things to do, and we could probably spend a little time on this too. There's so much to do this weekend. Oh, you know what?
What?
I forgot. My cake. Emmy and Tegan made the cake too.
That's
Had
right.
a strawberry cake with cream cheese icing.
Oh, nice.
So Emmy did most of the cooking part. Now Tegan did the eggs all by herself. Emmy cooked the burgers. Tegan got them all ready
Okay.
and pattied them. And then Emmy baked the cake, and then Tegan did the icing.
Okay.
So
Oh.
yeah, they did good. And then tonight
They do love you.
there's like a piece this big sitting in the thing.
Right.
And Tegan's like, looks like there's only enough for one piece of cake. And she goes, I know I'm going to get some. And I was like, that's my birthday cake. You think I get maybe a piece?
Right.
It's like, we might be able to split it
I
into
split it
2.
with you.
I was like, no.
Yeah, because I go through it with my 3.
I think we lost internet, and now maybe we're back. Give me a thumbs up if you can see us.
How long were we gone?
The 7-year-old daughter just.
She a Red Sox fan?
Can you hear us?
Okay.
All right.
Is
Looks like
anybody
we're losing.
listening?
Kelly Dampier's up in here.
What?
We lost about 20.
That's where.
Kelly
That
Dampier came in.
explains
He's
the
looking at
internet.
All right. We are going to fix this problem. I'm not sure what's going on. Can you hear us now? We're getting ready to go wired. We've been using wireless and it works great. For some reason, looks like we're unstable a little bit tonight. We are back. Gus says, hopefully, I don't know who all's still here. Go tell everybody else to come back. Gus says that there's some sun flare activities today.
Okay.
That may be why the wireless is knocking.
I'm still blaming Kelly Dampier.
Yeah, I think he used all the internet.
Especially when you see, next time you drive by Tanglewood West, right next to the Waffle House on 419, that 4-story building next door to it. I don't know what those are, or those lights are for. Sorry, squirrel.
Welcome back.
But we have more antennas on top of this building than any other building I've seen in Roanoke.
Selena and I talked about that the other day. I think it's for K92.
Is it?
I think.
Okay.
That's just my thoughts. That's what I told her.
Right.
That sounds right.
Right.
Because if you look at K92, they just have that one
Big satellite
they have
dish.
the one little dish in the back.
Yeah.
Which, if you ride by Channel 7 over there, they got like 30 dishes this big.
Right.
And so that's what I'm thinking is
Okay. Okay.
that could be where their antenna is broadcasting
Right.
from.
That and that probably makes more sense.
Oh, see, there it is, Gus. We love that Waffle House. that Waffle House is it's kind of Achilles' heel because I'll be sitting over here hungry and I'm like, oh.
And if you step anywhere outside, you smell it.
Oh, absolutely.
From the car to here, I have to fight myself 3 times every morning.
And it's easy to go get one of those little bowls that they have.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I do mine because I'm fat. I'll do with the hash browns, and then I do mine with sausage and the eggs and cheese, and then I have them dump sausage gravy on top of it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, so good. But yeah.
All right, so where were we when y'all missed it? When y'all lost us?
Oh, we were talking about everything happening this weekend.
Okay.
Just we have there's in Salem used
The
to be known.
peach season.
Yeah, well, we have peach season, so go get your peaches. I usually get my Eikenberries out in Daleville. Is where I
Right.
go get apples when it's
Okay.
apple season at the end of the thing. So this weekend we have USA girls 16 and under fast pitch national championships.
Okay.
And those come to, Salem seems to get a lot of
Get
those.
a lot of those, yeah.
Yeah, and I know they're redoing Moyer. Maybe I'll get the drone up this week and see if we can't get a update on Moyer.
Okay.
Because I have a plan. I want to fly down the river also, right there.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've already done a little drone thing to where I'll have the drone fly down the river as fast as I can get it to go.
There you go.
And see, and then I'll just end up in the water and
Right.
sad and putting it in rice. And but I think they have several places they're playing this weekend for the.
Okay.
I think they're playing over at. I think they're playing at Starkey Parks or Moyer. They're playing in Botetourt somewhere, and then maybe over at the Salem. It's not the. They have some softball fields over at Salem Civic Center too.
Right.
I think
Right.
is where they are. Showtime is presenting Baby again.
Oh, are they?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think this is I think it goes through next weekend maybe.
I know it's through this. I know it's through this month. I don't recall if it's through August also.
Okay.
Because I know during Shark Week they're showing Jaws.
Okay. Cool.
That part I recall. I thought that was hilarious.
They're showing it at Showtimers?
No.
Oh.
No, that's at Grandin.
Okay.
Okay. I apologize.
Cool. No. That's awesome. Longwood Park in Salem, they're doing Lightyear.
Okay.
They're this weekend. Movies on the Move, which is Franklin County.
Right.
They're doing a thing with Puss in Boots, the Last Wish. So, I mean, all kinds of movies this weekend. That's probably why we don't have so many people coming to eat.
Right.
Everybody's watching movies and stuff. Third annual Sunflower Festival this weekend.
Okay.
I think this weekend and next weekend's probably the last weekends for that.
Right.
And I think when they come in, they go pretty quick too.
Right.
What do we got? The Creek Bank Music Pavilion grand opening. Twin Creek 10.
Twin Creek.
I know. Twin Creeks.
We're getting our lips fixed on Sunday.
Yeah. So Twin Creeks Brewing in Vinton is having that. Reggae by the River in Buchanan.
Okay.
That will be fun. Bring the.
I would be all about that.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be a blast.
As long as it's reggae and not American reggae, and I'll shut up.
We'll say that.
Because that'll be a left field that goes on forever. So.
Let's see. We got the Lum Ridge Boys and Ashley playing this weekend. Amanda Cook band live. Daleville Summer
Concert series.
Trying to read too fast. Yeah, not good. I'll slow it down. But Mingle in the Market has Glamour Kitty and Adrenaline 6.
Okay.
Now, Glamour Kitty, I think they play 80s hairband music.
I can get with that.
I've watched them. That was kind of very entertaining. Super entertaining. Adrenaline 6, I don't know who they are.
Right.
And then this one, it was on my list, Mr. Gus. There's the Class J tour this weekend.
Okay.
For Norfolk Western Class J 611 group tour.
Huh.
So, absolutely. Well, if you go to that, Gus, let us know. If you video some stuff, we'll be happy to share it.
Love to. Heck, I'd just love to see it.
Yeah, we'll go. What's stopping you?
Oh, hard to say what our plans are for this weekend.
Honeydew list. We all have them.
Oh, it's not a honeydew list. I got to give Mary that. She'll get right on in there.
I was going to say,
it's kind of an us list.
Like, oh gosh,
it's kind of a team effort.
House look like that. Let's fix this. That's where we've been, because we talked about it a couple weeks ago about how we started doing, repairs on the house, and then all of a sudden COVID hit.
Right.
And then we stopped making repairs, and now we're back going, oh yeah, we probably need to get some new windows and a new roof.
Right.
And so it's starting to pile up a little bit on us. So each week it's a new thing. Last week I tried to start taking apart a deck.
Okay.
Because one of Selena's friends, our clients, gave us a deck for our pool.
Okay.
All I have to do is take it down. So I got over there, and it had like that old thick outdoor paint. So either the screw holes were covered or just so deep in there I couldn't get the screwdriver in there.
So many coats you couldn't find the screw.
Yep. And so I ordered, and I'll know how it works this week. Ordered a pallet pallet.
A pallet
disassembler.
Right.
And so what it does, it has a handle, and you're supposed to be able to pull. So I'm hoping I can go through there and just pull the deck boards up.
Right.
And then I can handle the screws afterwards. But just
like two things, and then like almost a board, but it's metal behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. After you get the first one out, it works great.
Yeah. So I just hope I can get it going down through there, and if nothing else, the wood hopefully will be usable for our deck, because I know it's not going to be exact. Height and all that. And I think they have they only have 4x4s. I'll probably do a 6x6 post, but they have 4x4 posts, and they're all cemented in.
Right.
So I'm not going to be able to reuse. I'll cut them off and use the wood for something else.
Right.
A stack of wood that I'm going to use one day.
Until you get rid of it, and then I swear to God, a week after you get rid of that wood pile,
that extra wood, then you're going to need it for something.
Yeah.
What I've been doing lately, though, is some of the little pieces like this big and stuff, is as I'm filling up our flower pots and stuff, I'm throwing them in the bottom of the flower pot.
Okay.
That way they'll just disintegrate and
become
compost and go away, and it's not harming anything, because 99% of them aren't painted. They're just wood I used around, and those are the end pieces of whatever.
Right.
So pretty good. I don't think there's just so much going on. We couldn't get it in there. This week, I don't think there's a whole lot going on as far as anything.
Now, do we know where Seth is playing?
We don't. His is lately. I know he has gigs that he's put on. I talked to him Monday night. Yeah, today's Thursday. So I talked to him Monday night, and he had just, okayed some big show, and then he's an opener at some other show, and like all this happened that day.
Oh, wow.
And so he's like, oh.
Yeah, because I think he did Mangoes last weekend. Yeah. Either that or it's for Saturday.
Now I know he's playing with the Flat Breaks.
Yeah.
This weekend, maybe. Let's see if we can find him, maybe. I'm not sure. Well, this would be the best way to find him. See where he's going.
We're plugged in. Damn it, we have internet.
Yeah, we're good.
I'm messing.
Oh. There we go. Seth Custer. Mr. Seth is playing downtown tomorrow night with the boys, Flat Breaks.
Okay.
And then performing, I think that's it. And then downtown Floyd this Friday at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
For some special show.
Nice.
Yeah, I think that's all that he had said. This weekend's going to be great. He'll be rocking with Carissa Joy also downtown tomorrow night.
Okay.
Then Saturday, opening for Fireside Collective, 5 Points Music Sanctuary, I guess in Floyd.
Okay.
So, and then he's playing a bunch of different places.
Oh, yeah.
The next.
Well, I mean, every time you hear something from him, he's got a full calendar.
And I think the last couple weeks he was going to come, and then all of a sudden that Thursday somebody called and said, hey, you want to come here and play tonight?
I'd like to pay you $500.
Yeah.
I love you guys.
Yeah.
So.
All right, guys, I think we are done. If you guys have ideas about the show, what you want us to talk about, what you want us to look into, let us know. Yesterday was National Hot Dog Day, just in case you didn't know. We made our hot dogs at home. Hebrew Nationals in the frying pan.
Right.
With chili. We didn't have any coleslaw, but I did chili, mustard, and ketchup.
Okay.
Super awesome.
There you go.
So, yep.
I was in the process of rotisserizing some chicken.
Okay.
When I heard that it was National Hot Dog Day, and went, the dog will enjoy.
Yeah. Well, I was out, and I was like, oh, it's National Hot Dog Day, so I just went by and bought hot dogs for last night, and they were pretty good. Mine are okay.
Right.
I'd rather have somewhere else.
Right.
Seemed to be better. Yeah. If you're looking to move to this area, we'd love to have a conversation with you. This area is not for everybody, but if you like the outside, this place.
This is the place for you.
Absolutely. Until next time, have a super great evening, weekend. Be safe.
Make good choices.